Hi, this is Sandy Sims from SDS Digital with the Accord Sequarallel. In this episode, I'll give you a demonstration layout for a song arrangement. I have organized the parts into 4 individual tracks, tracker tracks. Generally, you'll want to separate the lead from bass line, rhythm, and percussion. It doesn't have to be tracks. Layers can be mixed in, or even song loops used for a lead, percussion, bass, or pads. So tracks 1A has a guitar rhythm. This is also being sent to VCO 1 and 2 because the chords are never more than 2 notes. There is some swing on this track. I decided to add swing to all tracks, but by the track's number, and vary the swings slightly to give a more performance-like rhythm. Tracks 2A has a bass line. This is sent to VCO 3, which is a multiple sine wave. Here's a swing, as I mentioned, slightly different from the others. Tracks 3C was originally just a filler for the playlist, but I decided to add an echoing note sent to a flute-like sound on MIDI. It's a slow echo that will accompany tracks 1A and tracks 2A. Tracks 3A has the main melodic sequence, while Tracks 3B has a copy of Tracks 3A, but modified to be an alternate, and it's also half the length. The note effects applied here adds 46% probability to some notes to add some variance. Its swing is plus 24. Tracks 4 is percussion. It has been split into A, which has an intro sequence 1 bar long, and B, which is the running drum sequence, 2 bars. The second downbeat has a note effects attached that will select other drums randomly using the microarp subsequencer's start step. Once you become familiar with MIDI drums, you can figure out the offset to desired alternates. I have 2 alternates here. The sequence starts at 8. It'll roll over to the first step again, which is also the original drum, but occasionally we'll play 1 or 2, which is alternate drums. The drum on step 15 has a 66% probability. Using randomized microarp with percussion, especially if echoed, can make some interesting sequences. This could of course be directly controlled via PLFX in the playlist or remotely. So in the playlist, here's how everything binds together into a song. The conditional starting on tracks 4, the drums, delays the start of the drums until 31 bars, at which point the lead-in, tracks 4A, plays, making 32 bars total before the main drum sequence. You can see the 1 bar size by cursoring over the tracks 4A block. Tracks 4B shows 2 bars and is looped by the end conditional block back into itself. This simply calls a jump to row 3 again. There it is, row 3. This will continue until a PLFX attached to an automation block arms the top conditional again in track 4, starting the whole process again. Logically, the automation block, which is empty otherwise, is set to use 64 bars before stepping to the next, which in turn, via its PLFX, arms tracks 4, row 1. There's also a transposition after 64 bars. The first automation block doesn't rearm TRAX 4, so drums will continue playing once returning from the +3 semitone transpose. Another automation block and PLFX could be set in series to do a jump all from the jump to quick box into another group of blocks for a more dramatic refrain or whatever. There's TRAX 4 armed. The lead TRAX 3 is 16 bars, while TRAX 3B is the alternate lead, is only 8 bars, and the intro flute thingy, TRAX 3C, is also 8 bars. This adds up to 32 bars for the entire cycle. The drums TRAX 4 ends up being 64 bars, so the other tracks is played twice without, then with drums. There's TRAX 3B, alternate lead. Personally, I like to combine VCOs and MIDI this way, but they could be each doing their own thing as well. Anyway, I hope this little demo has you all inspired to use the Sequarallel to put together a proper arrangement. Thanks for watching, and remember to hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'm Sandy Sims. Keep on patchin'!